All right, what's going on, y'all? So I will go over what I've been working on really quick, hopefully. But before I go, let's see how I got to where I'm at right now. Boom. So I moved. For most of y'all who seen my last video, my wife passed away. I needed to move, and so I wanted a basement just so I can get back to trains or something to where I can, just ground myself again on what can keep me going. So I had all the wood from the last layout, and I just started building some stuff. Immediately went to O scale. I don't know what the reasoning was. And don't get me wrong, I like O scale. I really like all the scales, honestly, but I went to O scale. I sold some of my stuff. Obviously a little seller's remorse, but O scale just wasn't doing it for me. So I immediately, like within a week or so, went back to HO scale. I kept the same footprint at first. It seemed, I don't know for what reason, and I'm not afraid of taking on big projects. I mean, that's just, I like doing this stuff, but I would assume because of what I've been through and just still going through, it seemed like a lot. Hell, I even thought of going to N scale, but I decided to scale down a lot. So this, what I'm working on is on like a 2x7, maybe 7.5 frame, if you will. And so I went at this like just a really big diorama. And I know, layout in general is a diorama, but I just wanted to start taking it into sections. And at some point, I'd like this to be connected to a bigger layout at some point. But right now, my goal is to cram as much stuff on this little 2x7. It's not a switching layout, but I've been messing around with it as a switching layout. But I want to cram as much stuff, as much detail on here. Obviously, you guys know I'm gonna do some graffiti. So I've done a couple big pieces here. The one on the end right here, that's my wife's name, so I wanted to put her on there, but yeah, I kind of just done the same thing as the last layout. Under is, that whole girder system with risers and all that stuff. Some people call it L girder, J girders. I don't know. I like it better. Right now, what I'm showing is, I cut a piece out from the flat piece of plywood and I just elevated it. So, for me, if the layout doesn't have bridges and maybe you don't have a lot of room or where track is going over and under and stuff, you can kind of do something different and make it elevate. So that's what I wanted to do, and just show some depth in it and everything. So yeah, I figure if I can't go up and over, I'm gonna just go, or as far as the track is concerned, I'm gonna just go up, right? There's a lot of textures happening here. Got brick wall, concrete wall, just the ground cover itself, the bridge, the overpass, that's I got that from Boomer. Well, he didn't give it to me. I just recreated what he did. But like I said, I just wanted to put a lot of stuff in this. I'm just gonna call it a diorama. I add a lot of pipe, styrene, tubing, and all that stuff. I've done a lot of different little 3D printing type items, so that pipe fitting there is 3D printed. And I've done just a lot of different things with this pipe in general. I wasn't too worried about it bending and not bending like a perfect 90-degree angle. One, because the layout in general, or the theme is, you know, post-apocalyptic, so something here has happened, and I really don't care that the pipe is bent. You know, something happened because the pipe is bent. I've done the ballasting. And so, I mean, I just done a lot of the work without recording most of it. Now, some of the things that I did record is on my TikTok. So I have a few videos that showed like some process work of what I was doing. And if you want to follow my TikTok, you can go there. It's the same here, Pro Scale Models. But yeah, I've done a lot. So with that being said, I've already been thinking, like I said, I want to connect this to a layout, a bigger one, and, you know, just sprawl out the city a little more. I've already been thinking, even with this section here, I already want to add another L to it on the left side here. So this is the plan. So the stuff in blue is what's already down, and then the addition is in orange or red or whatever color that's showing up on your screen. So, and I figured this would be enough for me to, you know, one, be able to break down and then move it easily and then take it to a new place or something. Excuse me. So as far as the city, the actual buildings and stuff, there'll be sidewalks and all this stuff. I'm not sure if these buildings are in full place where I want them, but you know, I'll do the streets and lights. Like I said, sidewalks, mailboxes, fire hydrants, all that stuff. I don't know if I want it too populated. I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm gonna remove this building though, and probably put, I got a kit from Jason Jensen a couple days ago, so I may put it there. It's an older building, but I think I want to trick it out a little bit. And yeah, these buildings, you can see the windows aren't finished or anything, but behind here, I think I want to do some more just building flats. So as I pan over here, the two buildings that I'm pointing at in the background, they're actually on just pieces of pink foam. I printed off some background building kits from buildings.org or somewhere. I'll link it possibly, but I want to do the same behind here just to start giving depth to this side as well. So because from far away it doesn't look bad. You know, I lightened those photos so they could have that atmospheric perspective. And in here I had some photos of, I want to say, a CSX yard, and they had just sand thrown over for trucks, pickup trucks, to get back and forth. But I had done real sand and I thought that would work, but as it kept drying, it cracked really bad. So I scraped most of it up, and I just got some hydrocal and done the normal, you know, smoothed it over there, got a piece of plastic or styrene and scraped it, and, you know, made sure the trains can go through. So I tried to feather it out as best as possible, but I kind of like how it turned out. I may tinker with it a little more, but you know, where my hand is right now, it's a road there. I'll add some more vegetation on the sides. I might want to do some really tall grass along the side of the road. I need to put the white and yellow stripes and all that stuff there, but so far so good. You know, I'm in no rush. Like I said, I'm just taking my time. I want to put more trash out there. So along that wall, there's tons of trash. I've done graffiti is going to be everywhere. I did the anime eyes and that little tag maybe a couple of weeks ago. In this area where my finger is, I think I want to do a homeless encampment there. So like, you know, have some tents and homeless people around there just living their life as they do. Right here, I think I want to do just a dead end road, maybe some more homeless people or like storage for something. The railroad, maybe some rail ties or something. But as we're looking here, I'm trying to do my best and show these switch machines that I can't remember the name of the company that I got these from, but I got the file and I just 3D printed off a few of them, and they add a really nice touch. So they don't work, and I was contemplating on putting actual Walther switch machines under there to remotely change the switch, but I'm cool with manual switches. I've never had a problem with that. I don't foresee me having a bunch of people to the house and we're doing like operations or anything like that. So if I'm switching and just playing with trains on my own, I'll just manually switch it over. So those were another thing, the little jersey barriers or some other stuff that I 3D printed. Like I said, I printed off quite a few things just during this one little section of a layout. I 3D printed the motorcycles. Now they're a little bigger than HO scale, because the smaller I was getting to, man, it was really difficult to print those because the stuff was so thin, and I may not have had my printer dialed in really tight enough to catch all those details, so I had to scale them up a bit. But they're small enough that they'll work. Like if I put them in a background or something, or up close, either or, I think they'll work just fine. So got the little skaters from Mini Prints, the little four-wheelers from Mini Prints as well. But yeah, and that's it. You know, I'm just having a good time, taking my time with this layout. You know, there's no rush. I just really wanted to focus on the little details that, you know, most of the time we never get to finish, you know, or even think about. Like I said, the trash, there's a toilet down there. There's all type of stuff down there on where the tracks are. And then once I start working on the top part of the city, you know, there will be a bunch of stuff there, leaves blown from trees. And I think I want to put a few trees in here. So, yeah, it'll be pretty cool once it's up and running and finished and looking real spiffy. But yeah, I appreciate it, and I'm gonna jump on here with a talking head and close out this video. I appreciate y'all. Peace. All right, so that was the layout update, and that's where I am so far. First, I would like to thank all of you who commented, sent prayers, and just thought about me during the time. I looked at all the comments. I don't know if I got a chance to like or heart all of them, but I really do appreciate that. It warmed my heart, you know. I don't wish this on anyone, but I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate y'all. You know, I'll continue to keep doing with trains and, you know, other modeling stuff. I got some stuff in the works, and just try and stay focused. You know, that's all I got for right now. But I want to thank my Patreon people. Man, you guys have been sticking with me for a minute. I appreciate that. You have no idea how much that means to me. So thank you. I mean, if you want to become a Patreon and help support what I do, I appreciate it. So the link will be below. And honestly, just until next time, I will talk to y'all. You know, my cat, he's fussing, so I'm gonna go see what he's talking about, and just be on the lookout for the next video. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.